So, I see a lot of people put Deku in versus battles where he does not belong in. Shout out to my boy Godzilla King of the Monsters for doing a video on Deku versus Legendary Godzilla. But I would also like to add my own version to it, and that is going to be Deku versus Goku. Kid Goku to be exact. And I see a lot of people in the media, especially the delusions of grandeur of Reddit and Comic Vine. Anyways, is this fight actually going to be a dog fight, or is it a blowout in the grand scheme of things? For the news that's been going on in My Hero Academia scaling discourse lately, they have gone a bit stronger, so to speak. But how would it fare against Kid Goku? And yes, I'm referring to the OG Giant Ball when Goku was a kid. Now let's get on with the video, shall we? The last My Hero video I did was on Dev versus the entire verse, and I had them for their AP and durability to be around City Block to possibly around Island to Continental as a high end. And now there were apparent recalculation on some of these feats and some newer feats of Stars and Stripes and other mid to top tier characters to be able to punch multiple nuclear bombs into the villain hard enough to be able to blow up multiple large countries, and the recalculations of the movie feat where Deku and Bakugo destroyed a quote-unquote star, which isn't really a star, which calculates up to large island up to continental, and there are also some good feats for Dabi creating a weather pattern over the US. It's at least into the country ranges, and it's confirmed that Deku is stronger than Prime All Might with the 300 hit. Deku has large island feats while he was weakened, which of course scales up to other characters like Endeavor and others, and it's shown that Deku can build up kinetic energy to increase his power even further, and he could do up to 5 times his base form. So this can get up into the multi-continental ranges. As for speed, I had them around Massacre Hypersonic, possibly within the relativistic range. Light speed stuff has become very consistent. Calculations for catching lasers in this series even early on get up to relativistic plus, which explains the relativistic and FTL feats later. It's consistent when the earlier feat seems like aim dodges and stuff, and there were others who can intercept beams of light, which Deku would upscale. And since he has kinetic energy with his One For All quirk, which should also amplify his speed with his amp, which ranges from FTL to possibly FTL plus for the high tiers. As for the abilities, as I mentioned in my previous video, they have this ability called Quirks, as Deku has One For All, which he can use his Black Whip to tangle his enemies, and he has kinetic buildup. Gear Shift, which can launch himself and his enemies pretty quickly, and he can also use it with the smoke screen. And his quirk can now attack the soul, perhaps his most broken ability. Now we get onto Kid Goku, and I have covered various Giant Ball content on my channel, but I never actually gave OG Giant Ball a chance because Kid Goku is vastly underrated. Kid Goku by the 22nd Budokai tournament is consistently referenced to have a power level of 180. And these are official. This is important because Master Roshi, who has this exact same power level, was able to destroy the moon, and that alone is within the moon range, which is downplaying, by the way. There's a calculation of this feat to be at large planetary. This is consistent because, as in the L manga Endario, it states that Roshi is stronger than beings who can casually destroy planets without a thought, which adds consistency to his own large planetary scaling. Before you all say some stupid shit, L Manga Endario is an official source, as it's officially licensed and published by Shueisha, and as I've already established, it doesn't contradict the original source material, so it's fine. This also brings more consistency, as King Piccolo stated that he could easily destroy the planet, which adds more contribution to the large planetary consistency, making Kid Goku consistently scale the large planet. The speed is even easier to scale, as in the 22nd Budokai, Goku was shown to be able to move after Tien launches his solar flare and grab Roshi's sunglasses and move back to the exact same spot before it hits him. With this meme more shown blatant inside the anime, this is important as in the Daizenshu, it stated that the solar flare is light that launches out. Even again in L Manga and Dario, that also states it's a flash of light, making it consistent that the solar flare is FTL range attack. There's a calc which says 1.685 times FTL, adding more consistency as Kid Goku was able to dodge King Piccolo's blast, which is also said to be beams of light. As for Kid Goku's abilities, he's been shown to copy techniques like Master Roshi's Kamehameha, Tien Solar Flare, and the After Image, and etc. There is also Ki in Dragon Ball, which is a life force in the Dragon Ball franchise, as it's also said to be spiritual in nature as well, physically and mental as well. So you can argue in OG Dragon Ball that they have some sorts of soul manipulation. Goku's hand-to-hand combat skills are pretty psychotic. He was able to defeat Yamcha in his Wolf Fang fist style as he matched his, against Jackie Chun in his Drunken Fist style, and even Tien Shinhan in his forearm style. And keep in mind, all these fighters on their own are masters who are able to easily reach the pinnacle of the martial arts tournament, which includes fighters like Manwolf, who's able to gain a 30th degree black belt in Kenpo, and also people like Pampu, who can beat all of the fighters in the tournament without even getting hit once. And people like Master Roshi, who surpassed every one of these fighters with ease. Kid Goku was able to surpass Grandpa Gohan in skill, who was said to be unraveled an entire host of martial arts on his own. And he was able to notably trick him and fortune teller Baba, when Grandpa Gohan and any other master in the series should have mind reading, and Baba can literally see the future. So with all that being said, Kid Goku's easily around Mu level to large planet. He also can easily have FTL to possibly FTL plus speeds. And now for the most important question of the video, who will win? So for the Deku AP argument, it's a slaughterhouse. Goku is easily power cliffing him, no matter how you slice it. Even if you want to give Deku some planetary wank, Kid Goku consistently has large planetary arguments and scaling. As for speed, I gotta say, they are pretty relative. Deku does have one fall which has kinetic energy which enhances the AP and speed, but Kid Goku can also get strong as well, so that means nothing. Okay, before I continue, I know some of you My Hero Academia fanboys want to use the old 100 years of experience argument. Well, first of all, what is it referring to? Because it didn't refer to skill at all, so more likely blowing shit up, so don't use that dumb argument. But if they do, let's make fun of them for it. Oh, I forgot to mention, when Kid Goku turns into an Azaru, aka the Great Ape, it's said to have 10 times his base form, so Deku is here. Deku can try to use Black Work on Goku, but it's going to do little to no damage to him as his durability scales to his AP. And the only chance Deku has really is the Soul Hacks, but at the same time, Kid Goku has Ki, which also manifests a soul and a mental state, and he can resist and deflect other Ki attacks as well. So yeah, more often than not, Kid Goku wins this, and it's not even close. Before y'all click off this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications, which is that bell right beside there after you subscribe. And y'all can also check out my social media in the descriptions below. You guys can follow me on my Twitter to keep up with recent tweets and news, and my Discord server is in the description box below as well. Since you guys did all that, have a great day and peace.